So here we are in southern Klamath County, Aspen Grove, typical of many of the aspen groves here in Klamath County. So you can see on this down aspen log the value of larger aspen trees. As they decline, the heartwood decays, and cavity nesters can key into that. Woodpeckers excavating out some of these cavities that can be then used not only for them foraging for insects at the time, but are then later used as structures for migratory songbirds, other wildlife that might use that as a structure. Obviously, as this falls down, the softwood decays quite quickly, and then utilized for pack rats, other wildlife in this area. So continued throughout early generations to later generations, aspen is just a very good wildlife species. This grove of aspen, you can see various stages of juniper encroachment, but also various stages of age classes here as the aspen tries to push out and then it's pushed back in the meadow. As we go over, you'll see a decline of the edge, and juniper is taken over. A few outliers. Behind me is a western juniper, commonly seen encroaching in where wildfire has been excluded in these natural meadows, openings, and lower areas, frost pockets. And typically a lot of these wet areas where aspen has been dominant, western juniper and other conifers are encroaching in. And so the juniper competing with the light nutrients, water, especially in these areas, you can see a detrimental effect on these aspen groves, which are an important wildlife species. And dependent on what used to be frequent wildfire. It's a fire-dependent tree, as well as many of the ponderosa pine and other trees in this area. And so they depend on the wildfire as a disturbance regimen. They need that to stimulate sprouting, burn up some of these down logs, clean this up. And so without disturbance such as logging, foraging, wildfire specifically, these young sprouts coming in, aspen sprouts, they're not aggressively able to outcompete western juniper and other tree species. And so you just see them linger, a little bit of foraging potential, but then they turn into something like this.